We go to these stories now. Developments in court. A 39-year-old man who's accused of raping an 18-year-old initiate in the Eastern Cape is back in the Centane Magistrates Court today. The allegation is that the sexual assault took place on the 23rd of December at an initiation school. Ntsiki Nohiya is keeping an eye on this story and joins us now. Ntsiki, we heard from the family a little bit earlier on just the circumstances in which they discovered that all of this was taking place. It's a horrible thing for any family member or parent to go through. What's the latest out of court?
Well, indeed, Iman, when I spoke to the mother of the initiate, she was saying that they're still very much distraught, and this has also affected her son, who is currently at home receiving constant counseling from social workers. But that case, Iman Siabonga Lokoza, has briefly appeared here at the Centane Magistrates Court, and the case has been postponed to tomorrow because the legal representative from Legal Aid was not in court today, and the prosecutor, Siviwe Gilindoda, confirmed that tomorrow the legal representative will be here in court. But just to speak briefly with the mother of the child before she leaves, and before I speak to Petrus Majola, the Kula Development Project manager, let me just have a word with the mother. Mama, limisiwe ikyala and wusithi into bana nisuka kude, so iyanichaphazela into bana nize enkundleni nisebenzise imali engaka, kodwa uziva njani njengoba limisiwe ikyala?
Ndiziva kabuhlungu kakhulu balimisiwe ityala, kodwa ndizawuzana ngomso ndizomamela bakuthiwani nonxa ndisiza nge-200 nje apha Centane. Andikwazi kuhlala ekhayeni ndiyazi uba yimini yekhesi yomntanam ndihlala ekhayeni. Kuyanyanzeleka ukuba ndizile ndizomamela. Ndiziva kabuhlungu kakhulu balimisiwe kuba lo ndifuna lide lixoxwe, lide libe nesiphetho eli tyala.
Thank you so much, Mama. She's briefly saying, Iman, that she will be coming back tomorrow because she wants to hear what is going to happen in this case. Although it is expensive to come here, she spends about 200 rand return to come here. The accused person was committed to the crime allegedly on the 23rd of December at Olela village, but he was arrested on the 27th of December in another village. But Petrus Majola is advocating for children's rights here in the Eastern Cape. Mr. Majola, thank you so much for making time. What do you make out of this case, and what is your support as Kula Development Project?
When we received the call from the mother of the initiate, or the 18-year-old, we felt very much disappointed that a male person who understands the circumcision as a rite of passage could do this to an initiate. And we committed to support the family by coming to court and make sure that we find justice in this case. And we will always be with the family, not only the mother, but all the family members of this 18-year-old. And given the fact that we are talking about a child who lives with disability, so we have to put all the efforts to make sure that justice prevails. But on the other side, we understand that everyone has a right to a fair trial, as much as we want to see justice and conviction at the end of the day. But we understand that there's a lot of surprises when you come to court. We are calling for no bail, but the court can decide otherwise. But even if the court decides otherwise, we will not hang ourselves and decide to rather die. We will fight for justice, because the other thing that always confuses us when we come to court is when someone has committed a serious crime and that person will be referred for mental evaluation. But once that person gets to a psychiatric hospital, he will, at some point, pretend to be mentally disturbed. You ask, what is your name? And he would say, there were 4 eggs. So that whoever is doing that evaluation can begin to understand or believe that this person needs further treatment. And then the report will come back to court and say he is not fit for trial. but will always be with the mother. And I'm happy that the social workers are also playing their part in terms of the trauma debriefing, therapeutic services. So, and also, he had to come out of circumcision because it wouldn't be possible for an initiate to come to the social workers. Maybe that is another challenge where we would say to MEC, let us have social workers who will go out to that circumcision school, if it is called a school, so that we don't have Abakweta getting out of the bush, coming to town. Because now the mother had to say, let us make an emergency plan so that he doesn't go with the blanket and other things to town. So we have a lot to work with. But I want to call on men, because if we talk mental challenges, what kind of a man that would inflict a pain on an initiate who is already in pain? Because the road to manhood is painful. We are not playing there. You don't just go there and then you just put a lotion on your body or on your face. There is a painful road. You cry if you are not strong. Now, he is busy crying because there's this part that is there with pains. And yet this man now is inflicting another pain by raping.
Thank you so much, Petros Majola. Iman, the Managing Director of Kula Development Project, calling for no bail for the accused, and that they will continue supporting the family until the trial gets underway. And tomorrow, Iman, it is expected that the accused will apply for bail. Back to you, Nsudo.
Ntsiki Nohiya, thank you very much for that update.